I'm John Doyle. I'm the director and the set designer of The Colour Purple. I wanted to be as authentic to the original material as I could, to the source material. The thing I looked at most seriously was Alice Walker's novel, and how could I get myself into the atmospheres and the textures of that. Typical of my stuff, I wanted it to be a group of storytellers telling it and asking the audience to use their imagination in what they then saw. We have X number of people telling this big epic story, but in a very non-epic way. I mean, if we really had to, I mean, I wouldn't want the set to fall down, I should touch wood, but if we had to, we could simply do it with the chairs and the laundry baskets. People hardly change costume. There's very, very little, because I wanted it to feel like it was a visual reenactment of reading the novel. I mean, I read about myself being a minimalist often. You know, I've never used that word about myself, but I do like things to be simple. Now, simple and easy don't necessarily go hand in hand, because simple gives the performer a tremendous amount of responsibility. I think for the actors, that's tremendously challenging because they do it all, you know. I mean, obviously we create it together in the rehearsal space. There's no technician pressing a switch that moves something on and off. I did this in London before here, and I had chairs then. It's in a lot of my stuff. I mean, people won't remember that from Sweeney Todd, but there were 10 chairs in Sweeney Todd as well. And there were turning chairs in Company, and there were suitcases that everybody sat on in The Visit. So there's some theme there. Then I thought, actually, let's have chairs that could represent a whole life, a whole world of what this woman would have seen. And right near the end, when she sings "I'm Here," the big number at the end of the show, I ask her to actually refer to one of the chairs. She sings about the chairs, or the chair. And I like that it hangs on broken walls. They suspend in brokenness, which so much of her life is like that. So I wanted to make a world where you felt that they were all sitting on a large Georgia porch, you know, the outside of the house, which would be so common to everybody because it's so hot and there would have been no air conditioning. So that felt important. I wanted to make a world where people could get lost in the world. They could be up at the back and viewing, and as I mentioned earlier on, the audience nature, particularly of the women in the first act. The women kind of watching and waiting, the action, seeing another woman's life be carried out. I wanted something that light could sit on, because I love lighting designers, and Jane Cox, who did this, is so clever. And so I wanted something that could be like a palette for the light, and that had a Georgia clay element, a slight readiness inside the colour of it all. And then on the back here, which is the back up there, I mentioned the brokenness earlier on, but the fact that there's a layer beyond those three great pillars of chairs, where people can stand behind, see through, so that the place looks ramshackle and broken and distressed. People always think you add stuff for Broadway. Not me, I take it away. And that's because I wanted the Shug Avery to be the only person who changed, because she's the diva of the world. She's the queen honeybee, you know, the colour of the world. But then I wanted there to be something in the height. The height in this theatre itself is pretty epic. And I wanted that. I wanted to make the girl look even smaller against this rather masculine world. It is a very masculine world. And if I just say one word about it, it's brokenness. It's human brokenness and human frailty, and how we break each other, and how we want to break each other to get power, and how even the broken can break through.